Welcome to Inside the Nest. I'm Paholke, joined with Heads men's basketball coach Chris McCabe. Coach, kind of a tough weekend, dropping both of your games, but your team shot well, limited the turnovers. Unfortunately, they just kind of ran into some tough opponents.
Yeah, Thursday really stung. Up 7 at half, and really we're in a good place. And then missed some shots in the second half, got out of sorts. Eson getting in foul trouble, changed the rotation a little bit. And then, candidly, we just didn't play at a high enough level. Made some plays that are out of character for us. Had 4 transition opportunities in advantage in the second half. Went 0 for 4. You convert one of those, it changes the momentum. But then credit Quincy, they hit shots. And so, yeah, really tough loss. Really one we were prepared for, one we were feeling good about. Played well enough to win for 20 minutes, but couldn't sustain it. So tough one for sure on Thursday, and then credit to Jevaughn and Truman. They're tops in our league for a reason. Their players are terrific. The coach, the way that they played off of each other is really good. So we ran into a buzzsaw. We played really, really well, and we were down by 10 early. So it's one of those where you're going, oh boy, I hope we can turn this. If not, it could get ugly. And so credit to Truman. I mean, more of Saturday was Truman than it was us.
Coming down in this part of the GLVC schedule, you're starting to play teams that you've seen already once before. What's a key adjustment that you have to make when you see a team a second time?
Yeah, great question. So it depends on the team. Some teams adjust to our system and maybe some offensive concepts we have. Other teams adjust more to our personnel and try to take away things that they do. For us, we try to be consistent in our preparation. So some of the little tweaks that we made versus Quincy were things that we learned from the first game, both in personnel and in system. So it just kind of depends on the personality of the coach and the team that you're playing. But the coaches are so good and the players are so good that if you're not constantly tweaking, you're going to be behind.
Definitely. Jevaughn Ferguson is someone that's seen more minutes on the court over the last few games. What's something that's warranted him getting more playing time?
Yeah, good observation. So he's a steady worker, and the proverbial leash was a little shorter on him early in the season by me. As practice has gone on, he's gained more confidence. The leash is extended a little bit. He's more confident on the floor. He would perform very, very well in practice, but it wasn't translating to the games as well. And I think maybe some more experience has helped him kind of calm down on the floor. But yeah, he's somebody who's played really well, played 19, 20 minutes on Saturday, did a nice job. And so he's somebody who's going to continue to be in the rotation. And then also it helps guys kind of play, moves Eson out a little bit, lets Jackson use some of his skill on the perimeter. So trying to balance the lineup still, even though it's February.
Looking ahead to this weekend, Bellarmine and UND come to town, 2 very high-ranking opponents. What is something that you tell your team, being that they're high-ranking opponents?
Yeah, I mean, you address it, right? Because if you don't address it, then they feel like you're running from it. But we got a saying that the biggest game of our year is Thursday, and the reason it is because it's our next game. And so when we get done playing Bellarmine on Friday, when we're doing our preparation, it's the biggest game of our year because it's Indy. And I think that as we approach that kind of mindset and that discipline to us, then you could see our team kind of level out and be more consistent. Where if we're really, really up and really excited because of how terrific Bellarmine is, but we're not as engaged as we need to be against another opponent, I think that's disrespectful to the game. And so, we'll address how good they are, but we'll also show them film to prove it, right? We don't want to just tell them, we want to show them film to say, this is why they're good, this is how they do things. But our guys are getting better. Our guys are good too, and so we'll prepare. We aren't playing games. We're playing to win games. So we're going to prepare to win and have a good couple days practice to make sure that we feel good going into it.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, Greg.
Cardinals are back in action this Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. You can get the game live on the GLVC Sports Network as they face off against the Bellarmine Knights. This has been Inside the Nest. I'm Paholke. We'll see you next week.